31-year-old Daniel is an optometrist, and 25-year-old Amanda is a civil engineer. As you just saw them on the tape, they're newlyweds, but instead of picking out new furniture, they're diving in dumpsters for anything they can salvage. It's an alternative lifestyle that we've been talking about today called freeganism. Freegans are trying to send a message to themselves and the rest of the country about how over-consumerized we are. Now, okay, so when you were dating, did you know that this was going to be your life?
Yeah.
With a guy jumping the dumpsters?
Yeah, it probably started 2 years after we started dating.
Yes, really?
So at first I was really grossed out, but
yeah. How did you bring it up? How did you bring it up to her?
I don't remember. I had some friends that did it. I think it was actually showing the products that first let her know that it was okay when we saw massive amounts of just bread still in packaging, and she, I'm okay with that. So.
Yeah. Do you end up with a lot of things that then? For example, the ab roller and the coffee table, or do you end up with things that you wouldn't ordinarily necessarily buy or have, but you're taking them because they're free?
Absolutely.
yeah, we find people that need it or donate it to homeless shelters if they need it, or Goodwill, just put it back into the system rather than, into a landfill.
So where does your money go? What do you spend your money on? You're not spending it on food unless you have to.
Right.
Yeah?
We try to live very, very simply, and we don't spend a lot on ourselves. We are very happy with having a little, and so we like to make it a priority to share a lot of our money, and a lot of that comes from our Christian values of sharing and generosity, and so we do give a lot, and right now a lot of that's going to pay off a mortgage, so we're trying to get out of debt and remain out of debt. So.
Oh, good. So I understand you, Lisa, had a meal with them.
I did.
Out of one of those mystery cans.
Yeah, they had a collection of mystery
What are you going to make tonight? I don't know. I'm not quite sure what we're having. Let me open up this can and see. Is that how you do it?
It kind of adds a little excitement and romanticism to the relationship.
Found a lot of ways to have excitement. But anyway, good.
And it was peas and vegetables, and we had some boxed pizza that, the pizza was still perfectly packaged. Nothing was punctured or anything like that.
It's still
when it comes to clothes, Madeline was just telling us she hasn't bought clothes in 3 years. Are you're the same?
I'm not as good about that as she is. He's really good at it, but I'm way better than I was about 3 years ago.
But it's so interesting how we are bombarded by images. I mean, in the fashion world tells us that, you notice if round toes are in one season, they're not going to be next season, because how are you going to get, how are we going to get you to buy them if we don't change the style?
Yeah. So you constantly are bombarded with, okay, we need to get the next, But there really are simple things that you can start doing. When you go to restaurants, for example, and if you get a bread basket and you eat one piece of bread, they toss the bread. So yeah, just get in the habit of bringing the bread home or giving it away. We all love carbs, so, might as well.
Well, I didn't know they gave it away. I thought they passed it around to the next group.
They toss it. It's incredible.
You take one piece out and that's it? They throw the rest of the whole basket away?
Throw the rest of the basket away.
Oh, that's wrong.
Yeah. Think about how much...
Or just do not ask for the bread. Then do not... Oh, wow.
Well,
even if they bring it to your table and you don't touch it?
Yeah, they toss... I mean, maybe if you don't touch it, but if you've touched it and they know it, they have to toss it. But you saw how much food we retrieved from that one grocery store. That's enough to feed a whole village. You could feed everybody here with just that amount of trash.
How much per year do we know? I read in preparing for the show, like grocery stores estimate that 2 to 3% they throw away.
Which is estimated to be about $30 billion in food, which again could feed entire countries, that amount of money.
Yeah.
That's
why you're doing it, to get us to start thinking about that.
Absolutely. I think we're 5% of the world's population. We consume around 30% of the world's resources. And we just think that's wrong, that so many people suffer.
We as Americans.
Right. People suffer when we consume and we just don't stop. And the resources are there. People, are suffering near the landfills, and people who we're harvesting the resources from are actually the ones who pay.
Well, thank you, Daniel and Amanda. Thank you, Madeline. We'll be right back.